Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg. And should you take the RhoGam shot when you're pregnant? What is the RhoGam shot for? So we know that we have blood types. We have A, B, and O, but you will also see a positive and a negative after the blood type. And that's what the RhoGam is designed to address. So that positive and negative is whether or not we have an antigen hanging off of our red cells. So if there's a protein chain, which is the antigen hanging off the red cells, then you are a plus, such as a positive. And if you don't have that protein tail hanging off of your red cells, then you are negative, such as a negative. If mom is negative, she does not have that protein tail hanging off of her red cells, and her baby does have that protein tail hanging off of their red cells, when mom and baby have a blood mixing, our immune systems are designed to identify self and attack non-self. If the baby has that Rh positive and mom is Rh negative, and then they share blood during the delivery, the mom's blood will recognize that D antigen, that positive side of the blood, and start to develop antibodies against it to attack it because it's non-self. It doesn't recognize anything about that D antigen that is normal to self. So the body will start to make antibodies against that D antigen. And this is why when a mom has her first pregnancy, is Rh negative, and she has an Rh positive baby, that baby is safe because the mom has never seen that Rh positive before, so they don't have any antibodies against it. But the subsequent pregnancies are where the difficulties with the Rh positive come in, and this is why we administer the RhoGam. If mom has that first pregnancy with an Rh positive baby and she herself is Rh negative, then with the delivery, when the blood is mixed between the two of them, mom will start to make antibodies against that Rh positive. The next pregnancy, when that baby is conceived and that fetus starts to grow, the baby's blood will be identified immediately as something foreign because of that D antigen, that Rh positive. So the mom's antibodies will start to attack the baby's blood, and that can have some very negative side effects. If we're attacking the blood, then there's going to be less blood, which means there can be anemia, which means the baby is not going to grow adequately. There could be intrauterine growth retardation. Additionally, if there's not enough blood in the blood vessels, there can become leaky blood vessels, and so the baby becomes very swollen. This can kill the baby. It can also cause organ damage, including stroke and other organ failures. There can also be increased bilirubin inside of mom, inside of the baby, because all this red cells are being broken down. And so the baby's immature liver can't keep up with the breakdown of the red cells. So there's something called kernicterus, which is staining of the brain with the bilirubin. And then that could lead to very tight muscles, CP, other neurological complications. Given the fact that we know that Rh negative moms can get sensitized with their Rh positive baby, and that subsequent babies then can have these very negative side effects, we administer RhoGam. So what is RhoGam? RhoGam is an antibody against that D antigen, that positive antigen. And so what it does is it attaches to the baby's blood, so the D antigen, that positive side, becomes essentially invisible to the mom's immune system. So therefore, the mom will not start to attack the baby, even if the baby is Rh positive. I hope that was very clear. There's a lot of complexity to that. If you have any questions about all of that, please address it below. But basically, the RhoGam is designed to help prevent mom's blood from attacking baby's blood with pregnancies where the baby is Rh positive and mom is Rh negative. Now, RhoGam is harvested, if you want to call it that, from humans who have been sensitized to that positive Rh factor. So now they're making antibodies. So we take it from the donor, we purify it so it's clean, so there's no risk for infection, and then we administer it to the pregnant mom at 28 weeks during pregnancy, and then again within 72 hours after delivery. And that is designed, again, to keep that Rh positive baby from being recognized as foreign by mom's immune system, and so at subsequent pregnancies can be healthy. So the question is, should you take it? Well, I always look at all of these kind of questions from a cost-benefit analysis. On the negative side, we can have very serious outcomes with the baby: death, hydrops fetalis, kernicterus, anemia, organ failure. And the positive side is it's human-derived, it's an antibody, it helps protect against all of those problems. And the negative is, since it is a biological agent, the person receiving it can have an allergic response. But again, that is a very small chance. And the chances of there being some of those negative baby effects are very, very small as well. So when I'm asked the question, should a mom receive RhoGam, my answer is always yes. Because if you knew at the end of the equation that your baby could die over a shot that you could have taken, that's a non-starter problem for me, because I do not want to risk my baby's life for something that I have to take. It's just one of those sacrifices you do as a parent. I understand that it is a biological agent and it's going into the mom's body and it can have an allergic response, and the possibility of there being some type of Rh positive negative battle going on and resulting in a complication is small, but still that kind of equation where there's a death or possible lifelong neurological problems for the baby's entire life, that isn't a trade-off for me. So I'm very pro RhoGam should the mother need it. I don't think it's a trade-off that I would entertain with any of my kids. I understand that there is a push out there to be as natural as possible, but again, don't be so open-minded that your brains fall out. We're looking at human life here. We're looking at something derived from another human. This is not laboratory made. It has been cleaned, and it'll help prevent subsequent complications with future pregnancies. Not that I'm a fan of it, but I do advocate for it in those moms who ask me if they should receive RhoGam or not. So hopefully this answers your question about RhoGam and the importance of taking it and how our immune system can work for us and can work against us. And RhoGam is designed to kind of hide the negative side so we can have a healthy delivery. Thanks.